Our word for today is forgiveness. Our dictionary defines forgiveness as the act of forgiving, to excuse for a fault or an offense, to pardon. That's a very short definition for a word that's packed with meaning. In order to forgive, we have to be at peace with the people we are forgiving. And today, the first person I want you to forgive is yourself. You might be wondering, well, why do I have to forgive myself? And my answer to you is that once we learn to let go of our past mistakes, let go of all the times we tried to lose weight and didn't succeed, then we can make a new beginning with ourselves and go on from there. Look back on all the times you promised yourself that today was the day you were going to do something about your weight. You start off the day with all these wonderful intentions. You're all charged up and ready to go. But by the middle of the day, you give in to temptation, lose your determination, and decide it's not even worth trying. So you start to put yourself down, telling yourself that you're no good, that you can't do this, so why bother? There's those negative thoughts again. That's why you have to learn to say to yourself, self, I tried, but I couldn't do it today. I'm sorry. But I'm going to start over again tomorrow, and I'm going to try one more time. That is forgiving yourself, and that's what you need to do each time you don't succeed. Please don't give up. Just say to yourself, I forgive myself, and I will forget about all the times I tried before. Now, there's someone else I want you to learn to forgive. I want you to think back over the years that you've been overweight. And as painful as this may be, I want you to remember the person or maybe the group of people who made fun of you or judged you. Maybe it was back in grade school and the kids in the class called you names. Maybe you were walking down the street and someone passing by said something hurtful to you. Maybe it was even a family member or a friend who said something, even without realizing it, that made you cringe inside and tied your stomach up in knots. Close your eyes for a minute and think back. Now I want you to say to yourself, I forgive those who made fun of me, judged me, or put me down because of my weight. Let's say it one more time. I forgive those who have made fun of me, judged me, or put me down because of my weight. Forgiveness can be a very positive thing in your life. It can help you let go of the pain that maybe you've buried inside of you for a very long time. Forgiveness can help you see past the hurtful things that people say and make you a stronger and better person. And it's never too late to learn to forgive yourself as well as others. That's because it's never too late to believe in yourself and work for what you believe in. Here is a letter I received from a lady who learned later in life what forgiveness is all about. Dear Richard, I am 52 years old, and for the first time in my life, I realized that I had dragged around with me for years the put down, the pain, the humiliation for the years I have spent overweight. My first memory of being fat was when I was in 6th grade. Some of the kids in my class called me Fatty 2x4. I quit school for the first time in my life the same day. When I was a little older, I was ridiculed at a picnic by the man my mother worked for when he said that my legs looked like stumps by Steinway. As you can see, my life, my self-image, and my future was on a downhill course ever since then. It wasn't until today, now that I am a grandma, that I needed to forgive those people who laughed at me and go on with my life. So you see, no matter how old you are, no matter how badly you've been hurt, don't let that hurt drag you down. From now on, I want you to make me a promise. You're going to promise to forgive and to forget.
Hey everybody, so this video is about forgiving yourself and forgiving others. And at the end he does say forgive and forget, but I'm going to be honest with you. Forgetting is not always the best thing, especially if you're looking at potentially, like if there there were a couple people in my life who were friends of mine in the past that if they came back today and said, I want to work things out, I would allow them to work things out with me, but I would not forget what they had done, just as kind of a protective barrier. At least I wouldn't forget right away. I wouldn't forget, like the one girl had called me chubby ballerina. That one really hurt. And had supposedly told somebody who I'm roomed with in college for a semester, not quite a semester, and who became her roommate a couple years later, that I was a B word, even though she hadn't talked to me in 10 years. Again, she said situation. Or my best friend from junior high school who said something to the effect of, if you can't do this, then you're an emotional leech, in the last message she had with me. Yeah, that one, I would like to say that if those two gals came back to me and said, hey, I feel like shit for what happened, can we start over? I think I would be able to forgive them, but I would still have that in the back of my mind. I hate to say I wouldn't trust them, but it is a bit of a defense mechanism, not wanting to let yourself be hurt again. And then there's also forgiving yourself. I've mentioned in the past that I'm a bit of a perfectionist, which is why this is like the 5th time for me recording this video, because I go off on tangents. Yeah, anyway. But I find it easier to show compassion to other people than it is to show compassion to myself. Like, gosh, what was it? I'd accidentally done something to Alani earlier today. I can't remember what it was, but I'd picked her up and I said, I'm so sorry. And, then, saying, it's okay and all that stuff. And I have a hard time doing that for myself, and something that I need to work on. So, all right. So I'm going to see where we're at with this video thing. I mentioned in a previous video here that Power Director is being stupid. So I'd upload CapCut, but CapCut was being stupid. So now I'm on my 3rd video editing software. So hopefully I can get some of these loaded. So don't be surprised if there's a huge block of these that come up at once.